I'm Taharah. It's funny because when I started the class, I was Kate, and then the Lord pushed me into being Taharah. So I'm gonna talk about the Lord a lot this evening because I love Him and He loves me. So we go on. I'm gonna say Psalms 23 really quick because I like to make sure He the foundation of everything I do. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still water. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk down the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, thy comfort me. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh. Amen. Thank y'all for being here. Blessings in my life are always presented in chaos. Throwing rocks in a glass home, attempted to find comfort. There was no divine time to whom I was bound to be. Procrastination should have been my middle initial to my name, honestly. So we got to this place where my back was against the wall and I was stuck in disobedience and repeated old cycles that no longer fed me as a person. And I knew that I couldn't escape this without the Lord. So it came to a point where I was even about to lose the love of my life because of not having the foundation of Yah within us. And so there we did. His bliss, y'all, but it's fine. We're fine now. We're married. I love you. And so within that, my back is against the wall, and I'm like, I don't have nothing else to lose. Why not be with this man and discover the what ifs? You know what I'm saying? So I decided to reunite and dedicate my life for the Lord. And so my husband, he showed me what loving the Lord look like within action, you know what I'm saying? So it's not basically saying, oh, I love the Lord. It's uncomfortableness, it's being able to stand in front of a crowd and say, I'm about to say Psalms 23 because this is what makes me comfortable and this is how I present my faith within God, you know what I'm saying? So, nevertheless, like I was so dedicated deeply in my flesh, y'all. I was self-destructive, lasciviousness, and all the above. Like we'll be here all night if we just went down my whole list of sins. And so, needless to say, though, within dealing with lasciviousness in my girlhood, I felt as if that I wasn't receiving the proper love from my family, unfortunately. So within that, you get it in your preteen and high school and stuff. You find love in your own kind of way. And I use my promiscuous ways as I thought I had a superpower, let me tell you, but not at all was it a superpower. If anything, I was weak. When I was the loudest in the room, I was the most weakest. I had no strength at all. I was caught up in my own vain ways and former identities, as you all can see, I am now Taharah. So Kate, she was a lot, but that's okay. So I just kept feeling like, oh, I could do this, but how much can you do on your own? How many times does the Lord have to tell you, don't touch that hot stove, and you still decide to put your hand on it? And, after a while, when you start seeing bumps and bruises, you're like, okay, you got it. And I'm not saying, as I'm standing here, I'm not saying that it's perfect. I still deal with things with delayed disobedience, you know what I'm saying? Despite, oh yeah, I'm gonna do my way, but then I'm gonna do your way, Lord. I'm gonna get to it. That procrastinating, as I said, should have been my middle initial because I still deal with ways. So for him to lift me up out of this world, to see me as a child of his, and to get me out of the world. And, they say, well, in the scriptures, it says his eyes are 1,000 times that brighter than the sun. So for him to still see me as his child within those eyes that he have, I'm so blessed. Anytime anybody asks me daily, how you doing? I'm blessed. It could be a bad day. I'm blessed because at the end of the day, I'm still breathing. I'm able to stand here and be here. So he lifted me up out of my own filthiness, and you could just see the weight lifted off my shoulders. within the way I used to dress, within the way I used to present myself, and just in a lot of old things, just chains breaking off. And then like to be in this class, like you see things that like I was holding on to things that didn't have no part of me. I was holding on to my mama's identity, my grandmother, and we could go way back, you know. The wombs I come from, they most definitely gave a lot to me, you know. So that's why it's good to fix yourself and do what's right for yourself, so you're not passing that on to the kids that's coming from you, you know, if that's destined in your walk. So within finding me and rediscovering me, I'm so thankful. And he just being able to, he lifted me up into his own plane, and I was first class, and I'm like, whoa, I was a mess. That's a lot of stuff I was holding on to. But I'm blessed, and I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. So back against the wall, and now we stand here. We stand here as Taharah. And I owe it all to him. I owe him my breath. I owe him everything, that who I am as a person today. And there was a time where, like, during this journey of being in Lord, the Lord was like, you're Taharah, you're Taharah. I'm like, but I love Kate. Y'all don't understand. I have businesses built on Kate the Great. I have my YouTube, Kate's Cafe, a bunch of stuff built on Kate. And so not to be Kate anymore, I was holding on to that. But like, how long can you hold on to a blade that's cutting so deep? You know what I'm saying? You starting to see the white meat, you know? It's not bearing any good fruit. You're not getting anywhere living that old life. So to be able to just release and breathe and be in no shame at all, it's a wonderful feeling. So yes, I had to release, and I had to let go of Kate the Great. I literally have a theme song, and I just had to let go. And that's okay. You know, it's uncomfortable. It looked like a mess, you know what I'm saying? People at work still calling me Kate, but you know, like, you just kind of ride with the waves, and it's just like, you know, still correcting for like friends in my life, correcting myself daily, like, hey, like when my self-talk's like, Kate, we're gonna have a good day. Taharah, we're gonna have a good day. You know what I'm saying? So I am blessed, you know. So I'm just thankful that I'm able to not acting as if I'm in a potter position when I am clearly the clay. You know, like what can we do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like us as humans, we the only thing that be disobedient to his commandments. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell a chair to stay, it stays. Like, that's even in the laws of gravity and things like that. But needless to say, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for releasing. And I say goodbye to Kate. And Katie Louise Harbison had a ride. She did her thing. She played around. She played around in the mud and stuff. But it's time to grow up now. You know, we're about to say hello to 30 soon, and it's like, that's a serious thing. You know, and so Kate the Great, she had her ride. But Taharah, the Most High's obedient daughter, she got things to do. She got souls to save, and I am ready for the ride, no matter how scary it is. Thank you all for listening, and yeah.